Welcome back to the channel, guys. Judo Sloth here. In today's Clash of Clans video, we are going to be kicking this off with a live war attack. Now, I will break down exactly why I think this strategy will work specifically for the base, and I have chosen the Queen Charge into Electro Dragons to take out this base. I will break it down, by the way. We have a number of 3 stars here at crunch time. Definitely got this war in the bag. I will be sure to show you a couple of them afterwards. If you are new here to my channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And by the way, if you do want to join us here at crunch time, all of the information you need is down in the description. Join my Discord server, you will find out from there. So, what was my thoughts when looking at this base? Well, it was the lowest one down the map, and it's the only one that does not have a level 5 town hall. So obviously, if you can use that as an advantage, then I'm going to try and do it. It's a lower upgraded base, right? So I might as well try and take it. The one thing that I noticed is that we have 2 air defense to the side of the base here, and 2 air defense here. So I wanted to try and take advantage of that and take down as many air defense as possible. I note the sweepers, one down to the southwest and one up to the northeast, meaning that once I take down some air defense, I can come in directly to the town hall. Now, pathing wise, it is a little bit easier in order to come through this area to the town hall instead of from the opposite side where the buildings are just a bit more spread. So my idea is to use one wizard to take out the elixir collector here and drive my queen down to the bottom. She will take out 1 air defense, 2 air defenses, and also just power straight the way down into this area. Now, there is a Tesla farm here as well, but potentially we might even be able to get a 3rd air defense. We will see. I do have some adaptations built into my plan here, but my archer queen is going to take out all of this. Now, in terms of my king, I decide, why don't I just use my king down this side of the base? Pretty straightforward. Set up the funnel for the dragons, and at first I was thinking regular dragons. Yep, I've got air defense down, I can drive them straight in, but then when I looked a little bit closer, look at how tightly compact this compartment is. All of the buildings are so tight together that E-Drags might be a pretty good chance. Plus, they are a little bit more tanky, and I do have to get through a couple of scatter shot here, but I am going to take a number of freeze spells. For example, I will be able to freeze the Queen, Expo, and scatter shot. 2 Expos here, an Expo and the Eagle, because that Eagle will probably still be alive as well. So I can use my freeze spells onto numerous defenses at the same time, and that's always what you want to try and do. I will probably not have to commit too many spells to my queen. There's not a huge amount of point defense on the side of the base. It's probably only when she gets to this area with the Tesla farm that I will need to use 1 rage spell. So I'm going to have 2 rages for this area and 1 that will be a bit more flexible as well. But where do I go from here? So what I am thinking is either using a siege barracks onto this area in order to help, or I could use that from the top in order to get this top air defense, because I need to see what I can do with my royal champion. Initially, my thoughts were to bring the royal champion into this top air defense, but the king is there, might be a little bit tricky. So what I think I'm going to do is, once the queen has taken out this air defense, I'll send my royal champion to the multi, who will then move in this way, and hopefully that royal champion can even get the Eagle artillery. I was actually considering sending in a battle blimp to this area, but actually wiping out this would mean that I don't actually get as good chain pathing with my E-Drags. So that's the plan, guys. Let's get into it. Be sure to leave me a like to wish me good luck. This is my army composition. By the way, I do have lots of minions because there's quite a few trash buildings on the outside that are unprotected. I can hopefully get a little bit in terms of damage with that, because the E-Drags can be a little bit slow. So that is the plan of action. Let's go ahead and get into it. That 1 wizard, in order to take out the elixir collector, will then help my queen charge. So in with the wizard, then let's go with the queen. 1 test balloon, just in order to test for black bombs, and then let's put the healers out of the way of that queen. Nice job here. Probably could have done a better job with the healer, to be honest, but not to worry. Let's go ahead and use the king right here. I'm going to switch to the siege barracks. but I don't feel like we need to worry about that at the moment. Then, once my king has got the funnel, which he is getting done very nicely, we can then go with the Royal Champion onto there. Wasn't expecting the multi to hit my healers, so I am going to freeze that. Then let's go with the 2 balloons and the E-Drags from here. Straight in, Grand Warden on air. King is doing a good job. Royal Champion doing a good job. Let's pop that King's ability. Royal Champion's ability was used. Let's rage the E-Drags and let's freeze the Queen, the Scattershot, and the Expo, which didn't quite work out for me there, guys. Didn't quite work out, but I don't want my E-Drags to struggle too much. They should be able to chain through this relatively well. Let's use that Grand Warden's ability early. E-Drags didn't get as much value as I had hoped. They have wrecked the top here. Let's freeze that. If they get the Town Hall, yes, now I think I'm good. Let's use the Siege Barracks. They just about got that Town Hall. I think we're good here, guys. I really do think we're going to be okay. Let's get the minions around. Still got 2 air defense, but not to worry. We have this one in the bags. I didn't even use my poison, guys. I completely forgot about the poison spell. Let's rage my queen. He's got the healers. We should be good now. Plan worked good. Now, although the E-Drags went down, they certainly got the value through that area exactly as expected and picked apart the base beautifully. Look at them Hog Riders now coming out of the clan castle. Not even needed, guys. Beautiful job. So the E-Drags still very much work. You've just got to pick the base correctly. And I don't think there's a lot more I could have done. I will showcase a couple of other attacks that we have for you guys, but I'm not sure there's much else I could have done. The E-Drags did split a little bit, which means I could have maybe done a better job there, but let's quickly review. Let me know in the comments if you have anything as well, if you enjoyed my plan. Obviously, the poison spell could have definitely been helpful. There was some air skellies came out there, so the poison spell could have been helpful with that. The freeze onto the multi, maybe not even needed there, but I do think I had the right combination of freeze and rage, and I think I just had a brilliant plan for that base. So let's go ahead and move on to another 3-star attack from this war. Okay guys, so the other live attack which went in was actually from Azuka, and he got the 3 stars. Let's go ahead and watch it and break it down for you, because as soon as I opened it up, I noticed we had another dragon attack. Mine was the Electro Dragons, but it's pretty cool because both of these troops got a troop upgrade with the Town Hall 13 update. Now let me know down in the comments, do you prefer the E-Drags or the Dragons? I will let you know that I personally prefer the Dragons. However, if the base warrants it, then you should be picking E-Drags, and that is where the base that I attacked, all of the buildings being closer together, being able to chain through, it's obviously where it was better optimized for that one. Now I do note that we have 3 single target Infernos for this base, which is pretty wild, and that is where you should be considering using bats. In fact, guys, before we start this off, you should be able to see this straight away. We have 1 wizard tower, 2 wizard towers, not too bad, especially given that Azuka is very successfully identifying that he can take out that wizard tower, and all of the remaining splash is at the top to the middle of the base. Once the dragons get in and take that out, there's going to be nothing at the bottom of this base. 6 o'clock area to wipe the bats through. I love the use of that bowler in order to bounce from the gold storage onto the wizard tower. I think that is a really nice touch and an interesting approach with the queen here. However, as I mentioned, dragons would be coming in from the top. That was my assumption. But the one thing with the dragons, and the E-Dragons for that matter, is trying to thin out the base so that they can path straight through it. They will attack anything. So you don't want them getting skewed off to the side of the base. You want them condensing into the middle. And that is more than likely where we will see the Stone Slammer from this left-hand side. So as the dragons come in, they take down an air defense early on. However, your main focus should be the Town Hall. That should be what you take early with the dragons. You do not want to save that for bats, because the bats will go down obviously to that, as well as the scatter shot. The new defenses, you should be trying to take them out. So the king does a good job actually starting on that left hand side, because remember, it's not just the defenses. Obviously the Stone Slammer is now able to target the air defense straight away. Again, if you're using the Stone Slammer, you can not only tank, but you can take out a lot of defenses in that area, and the dragons attack anything. So the fact that the king has wiped out this area redirects the dragons back into the middle. So a really nice touch there and good control. I actually really like that he has balloons within the Stone Slammer as well. Now this is not an accident either, guys. Would have been able to see where the Stone Slammer was going, and being in range of the single target Inferno, you don't want to have dragons in there. You want to just maximize on troop capacity, so the balloons to do a great job of that, and quick deployment of the bats as well, directly onto what looked the wizard tower, wiping that out. The scatter shot is already distracted to the dragons as well, so definitely a good thing. Remember, even if you are doing a Lalo attack, a minor Hog Rider attack, if you can charge your queen into an area of the base to tank for the scatter shot, then you will be good. You don't even have to take it down. I love the use of that Royal Champion's ability at the end. Interesting enough, I didn't see where the bats quite went there. They obviously went down, got the job done. Feel free to have a rewind back and actually let me know in the comments. But just a short and sweet video for you guys today, breaking down my war attack, and since we had another air one, I thought we'd show you it. But if you want to see a breakdown of the Yeti Smash attack, it does still work. We did that yesterday. I'll link it on your screen. You will find that one interesting as well. But that wraps it up for this one. Until next time, guys, peace out.